There's the number 1 disappears occasionally. Copy. The station plane, we're at 215 is the range, and 015 is the range rate. We're transitioning to the plane of the solar arrays. On the display, we see the range of 195. Copy.
The reports from the cosmonauts on board the station as they are looking at their data that shows a separation distance of just under 200 meters between Progress and the station. Progress continuing its fly around of the station. We're expecting a very brief period of station keeping about 6 minutes from now.
Two one 0 is the range, and 008 is the range rate. Copy.
We are just under 200 meters separating now the Progress 92 cargo craft and the International Space Station. Everything continues to go very smoothly. We're just about 6 minutes away from
Copy.
reacquiring a solid link between the International Space Station and our relay satellites.
Range is 205. Range rate is 007. It's in the upper hemisphere. We're monitoring the automatic fly around. Copy.
Cosmonauts reporting that the fly around of Progress to align itself with the Poisk module continues to go very smoothly.
I am ready to work with the AGC mode. Copy. I'm activating the initial BTS. I am activating operation. Copy. We see the 4 LEDs. Sending the AGC command. Two indicators have not changed significantly. I am sending the AGC mode command again. Copy. We see the video has undergone the AGC mode transition. Range is 200 and range rate is 006. Copy. If there's no need to work with the AGC mode anymore, you can turn off the AGC mode off.
This is Mission Control Houston. The Progress 92 cargo craft, the unpiloted resupply vehicle, is in the home stretch of its 2-day supply run to deliver just a shade over 2.8 tons of food, fuel, and supplies to the crew on board the International Space Station. The station and Progress have just crossed the coast of Chile, moving from southwest to northeast, about to begin a swing across the pampas of Argentina. in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. We're moments away from reacquiring our television signal through the tracking and data relay satellite system.
Is a little up and to the right by about.
The Progress is wrapping up its fly-around of the station to precisely align itself with the POISC module.
And now we're going to...
just about 180 meters separating the Progress from the docking port on the space-facing side of the International Space Station.
To the left. Copy.
The Progress is being guided through its core's automated rendezvous system. A short time ago, the cosmonauts in the Zvezda service module, Sergei Ryzhikov and Alexei Zubritsky, finished testing the Taurus system, the backup rendezvous system, the acronym standing for the telerobotically operated rendezvous system, that they would take over manual control of the flying of Progress in the unlikely event a problem would occur with cores. But so far, so good. With cores, it's locked on to its docking target, and all of the maneuvers for Progress are continuing in good shape. Standing by for the completion of the fly-around and the start of station keeping.
The depot thrusters are working along the roll axis, and the range rate is almost 0. 180 is the range. A notable copy.
And the Progress has completed its fly-around and now has nulled its rates and has begun a very brief period of station keeping at a distance of about 180 meters.
Early approach. Item 3.3 of the 4.9 of the radiogram 4972. We have 4 LEDs. I am activating display number 44. Left central and release. We confirm approach.
After a very brief period of station keeping, the Russian flight control team very happy with what they're seeing on the alignment of the forward docking probe on Progress with the POISC module, and final approach has now been initiated. Docking expected about 14 minutes from now.
079, and they're accelerating. Depot off. We entered 08. For approach, 079 is the range rate according to the display. We do not clearly see the docking port yet, and we don't see the crosshairs yet. We don't see the target yet. Eliminating to the left. 13 minutes until the eclipse. 140 is the range. The range rate is the same.
And we're back with video now through our tracking and data relay satellite system. The view from the external cross-haired engineering camera on Progress in the lower left-hand corner, showing a distance between Progress and the station of just over 100 meters, closing at a rate now of 0.6 of a meter per second.
Range 120. Right now, pretty good conditions for observation. We see the docking port. 064 is the range rate. It has decreased. Copy. A copy all.
As mentioned previously, everything has gone very smoothly with the Progress 92 cargo craft since its launch on Thursday from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. All of the pre-programmed maneuvers of this automated journey for Progress have been executed one by one without any issue, as the Progress now in the final leg, final home stretch. And the good view of the Progress now from external cameras on the station as it closes the final 100 meters, just about 80 meters now separating Progress from Poisk. At a distance of about 47 meters, just moments from now, the Progress will conduct a routine braking thruster test as the docking system on the Progress will be activated.
I do not clearly see the target yet. About half a cell off. Copy.
Flying from southwest to northeast, 260 miles over eastern Brazil now. The Progress just 55 meters away from its destination.
Range is 50 meters. Range rate is 0-2.
Now just under 50 meters separating Progress from Poisk.
The target is almost in the center. It's a little bit shifted to the right and up by about half a cell. Copy. Target is shifted to the right by 1 cell. 0-2 is the range rate, and range is 45. Inaudible. Copy. How copy?
From this camera angle, the Progress will be disappearing from view behind structure on the station.
Range is 40 meters, 018 range rate, and the target is shifted to the right by 1 cell. Copy.
And a good view now of Progress through another camera on the outside of the International Space Station. Less than 40 meters from docking. Closing at a rate of just over 1/10 of a meter per second.
Target is in the center. Range is 35 meters. The range rate is 013. Copy.
Входа в тень 8 минут.
8 minutes until the eclipse. Docking port. I don't see the docking port too well, too clearly. I do not see any major offsets. 31 current range rate 031, 30 meters. I can execute the 30-meter range BPS command. 4 LEDs, I release it, and no longer illuminated, sending the back away enabled. See 4 LEDs. 4.
Again, the view from the Progress camera.
Current range is 20.
Less than 30 meters separating Progress from its port of call on the Poisk module at the space-facing side of the station's Russian segment, closing at a steady rate of just over 1/10 of a meter per second.
If you give me a go, I will try to use AGC mode again. Yes, I will give you a go.
The view that you saw just a second ago showed a diamond-shaped docking target right at the center of the crosshairs of the Progress's external camera. There it is in view once again. The Poisk docking port just above those crosshairs at the top of your view.
20-meter range. The target is in the center, and the misalignment is very minor. Copy all.
– 20 meters now separating Progress from Poisk. Everything looking good.
15 meters, showing as 17. So there's very minor misalignment between the crosshairs. Copy.
The Corps' automated rendezvous system doing what it's supposed to, guiding the Progress in for a precise alignment. The forward docking probe is extended. Everything is set for contact and capture just a few minutes from now.
Copy. Visually, the range is about 12 meters, but it's showing 15 to 16 meters, and the range rate is 009. The target is lower by half.
Approaching 10 meters of separation between Progress and Poisk.
Visually, the range is about 10 meters. It's showing as 12. 009 is the range rate, and the crosshairs are basically aligned. There is a little shift to along the yaw axis, a little bit shifted to the right.
The International Space Station in Progress now passing off the northeast coast of Brazil. Everything looking good.
The target is in the middle, and the crosshairs are aligned, and the misalignment is very, very minor. Inaudible. The video is not very clear. I am continuing to monitor. The target is a little lower by half a cell. The range is less than 3 meters.
Under 3 meters.
The alignment is
everything's still looking good. Good alignment.
Right along the roll axis.
Standing by for contact and capture.
Range is about 1 meter. We're expecting contact. The range rate is
contact. Capture confirmed. Docking confirmed at 4:25 p.m. Central Time, 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time. Progress has arrived at the Poisk module of the International Space Station. Docking occurring 260 miles over the South Atlantic.
We're waiting for next instructions. Copy. Please.
And the forward docking probe on progress now beginning to retract to bring the two surfaces, the docking interfaces, if you will, between Progress and Poisk flush against one another for the initiation of the closing of the hooks on Progress. Once again, docking occurring at 4:25 p.m. Central Time, 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time, as Progress and the space station flew 260 miles over the South Atlantic.
And after that, we're going to perform the Toro deactivation. Okay, I am waiting for your for the instruction. It's going to be about 8 minutes time. Okay, copy.
As we wait for the completion of the retraction of the forward docking probe and the relative motion between the two vehicles to dampen out, that will start the closing of the hooks for Progress to form a hard mate between it and the Poisk module. So the journey that began 2 days ago with its launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan is complete. 2.8 tons of food, fuel, and supplies being delivered to the residents on board the International Space Station. As we stand by for the final procedures to be completed with the Progress now docked to the International Space Station, a busy week lies ahead for the crew on board the International Space Station, the final week of activity for the Axiom 4 private astronauts on board. Once again, docking occurring just a couple of minutes ahead of schedule at 4:25 p.m. Central, 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time, as the Progress executed a flawless approach. All of the rendezvous milestones were conducted in perfect fashion. All of the pre-programmed automated engine firings to first raise the altitude of the Progress to match that of the International Space Station, culminating with a link-up over the South Atlantic just a few minutes ago at 4:25 p.m. Central Time. Back here in the flight control room at Mission Control in Houston, the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers led by Flight Director Heidi Brewer, watching over the final procedures to link the Progress up to the International Space Station. And we now have confirmation that the Progress hooks have been closed. We have a hard mate between Progress and the International Space Station's POISC module to complete today's rendezvous activities. So with all of that work having been conducted in perfect fashion, we'll wrap up our coverage of the Progress's arrival at the International Outpost. Again, Progress 92 delivering 2.8 tons of food, fuel, and supplies to the residents on board the International Space Station, docking occurring on time, actually just a few minutes ahead of schedule at 4:25 p.m. Central Time, 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time. So with that, we'll wrap up our coverage for today. We hope you have an excellent remainder of your holiday weekend, and we'll invite you to join us back here in Mission Control very soon. Progress 92, rendezvousing and docking perfectly to the International Space Station. This is Mission Control Houston.